Alright guys, so in our last video we looked at what an object is and created a simple orange object, instantiated it and accessed some of its properties. In this video we are going to look at a constructor, that is a class constructor or constructor of an object. So when we look at the object we created from our previous video, all the name is static. We either have to change it after calling it here. What if you want to create the object by passing in some of these properties we want ourselves? So to do this, we just instantiate these objects, but then we initialize the variables, but we don't add any value. So we remove all the initial values and leave it as it is. Then we add a function that has no modifier, so it's going to be the same name as the object or the class, which is orange, but then it has no modifier, so it doesn't come with void, it doesn't come with anything. So all the methods we are going to create will be, say, void or a string, or say an int or a bool. But this case, we are going to use the same name and the same casing. So if it's camel case you used, you are going to use the same thing. And open and close brackets. And now you use this keyword and add the name. So this dot name, we are accessing all the properties here. So this dot name, this dot size, this dot size, this dot color. So whenever we instantiate an object, we must pass in all these values whenever we call this object or class. If we don't, then we are going to get an error. Just as you can see here, I'm getting some error. So I'm going to say name is, say, orange 1. Size is going to be, say, 12.1. Then that's actually shape. So shape is going to be sphere. And the last one is going to be color. So I'll say yellow. Then the arrow goes away. Okay, so once I instantiate the object, passing in all these values, then I can now access everything I was able to access when we instantiated a generic object without passing in any properties. So we can instantiate as many objects as we want and change the names, the shape, the color, the size to whatever suits our needs. Okay, so I can print the name and now I get orange 1. Okay, so that's a generic constructor, the base constructor of any object. So it starts with the same name as the class or object. It has no modifier. Then we add this. Okay, so this is one way you can pass in values as your initial values for the properties of the objects you want to create. Okay, so that is one way of creating a constructor, but it's not always safe to create a constructor this way. So what you can do is, again, let me zoom in so you can see things better. You can create a better constructor, which is a more intuitive way of doing things, by adding these curly braces, then changing everything from here that is supposed to be a string to string, an integer to an integer, and color to a color. So I'm just going to say string, then I'll change this to int. Okay, so this time around I'm going to change all the properties of this object. I'm going to capitalize all of them. So name would be name, size would be capital size, shape, and then color. So I can say this dot color equals color, this dot name equals name, this dot shape equals shape, and this dot size equals size. Okay, so where is this here? Okay, so I have to change this to double to suit the same double as is seen in size. Then we are good for now. Okay, so now I can't access anything that is small letter name again, but I have this object. Okay, so we have nullable and non-nullable variables in that. Okay, so now I can't access the name property because it doesn't exist anymore, and I'm getting this small l. That is because strings and doubles cannot be null. So what we can do is we can either initialize this, or we can say we are going to initialize it later in our code. So we can say late, so this error goes away. Then we can do some error checking. So I can say if name dot is empty, then I want to throw an error or some argument error, then say this value cannot be empty. Okay, so this is to check for some of the error. So I can duplicate this for the strings I have here. So I can say shape and color. So I can also specify a specific shape, some condition for shape. So I can say if shape dot say okay is empty, and let me throw this. Although a shape cannot be, no, hold on, size rather, sorry. So size doesn't, it can't be an empty. So if size is less than 0, and let me do it or size is greater than 100. I don't believe you can get an orange whose radius should be more than 100 centimeters, okay, or meters. Okay, I can make it like 1,000, so we get 1. Okay, so these are just some error checking things you can do, which is making our code a lot more safer with the constructor, with this type of constructor. So let me get rid of this import. Okay, so this should be argument L, not argument L1. Okay, so it should be argument L, not argument L. Okay, so once all these conditions are met, then we can assign these values to our object, and now I can now access the properties of these objects but with capital. So I say dot, and I get the name. So if I run this, I get orange one, which is the name we passed. Okay, so in a way this is acting as the type, is the variable name, and then this the constructor. Okay, okay, so to demonstrate what this error checking does, I'm just going to change the name to an empty string and then try to run. So I get this value cannot be empty. Okay, I think I didn't spell empty right. Sorry. Okay, so for the size, I'm just going to say invalid value. Okay, so if we provide something that is not a valid name for any object, we can do this error checking and then throw some error to the user, alerting them what is wrong with what they are doing. Okay, mostly in production app, this you would have to do. Okay, just to avoid errors and bugs. Okay, so this is another way of getting a constructor on any objects, and this is the safest way to do things in production apps. If you are just messing around with your own code, you can use the earlier method, which is just by saying, let me leave that as a comment. You can say orange, then say this dots name. So you say this dot name, then say this dot color, this dot shape, this dot size. But you can't have two constructors on one object, so you can either use this one or use this, but this doesn't give you the opportunity to specify some error checking and other things you can do here. Okay, so you can check for anything out of the ordinary. If you want it to be some specific thing and it doesn't meet the criteria, then you can throw an error or alert the user something is wrong. Okay. Okay, so that's it for constructors and constructor inputs. In our next video, we are going to be talking about access modifiers. Stay tuned, and as usual, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. See you in another video.